From Los Angeles, this is Montserrat Radio.
These forged documents existed and were being circulated amongst right-wing newspapers in Baghdad and around the world in the immediate aftermath of the fall of the Iraqi regime. Now, Senator, I gave my heart and soul to oppose the policy that you promoted. I gave my political life's blood to try to stop the mass killing of Iraqis by the sanctions on Iraq, which killed 1 million Iraqis, most of them children. Most of them died before they even knew that they were Iraqis, but they died for no other reason other than that they were Iraqis, with the misfortune to be born at that time. I gave my heart and soul to stop you committing the disaster that you did commit in invading Iraq. And I told the world that your case for the war was a pack of lies. I told the world that Iraq, contrary to your claims, did not have weapons of mass destruction. I told the world, contrary to your claims, that Iraq had no connection to Al-Qaeda. I told the world, contrary to your claims, that Iraq had no connection to the atrocity on 9/11/2001. I told the world, contrary to your claims, that the Iraqi people would resist a British and American invasion of their country, and that the fall of Baghdad would not be the beginning of the end, but merely the end of the beginning. Senator, in everything I said about Iraq, I turned out to be right, and you turned out to be wrong. And 100,000 people have paid with their lives. 1,600 of them American soldiers sent to their deaths on a pack of lies. 15,000 of them wounded, many of them disabled forever on a pack of lies. If the world had listened to Kofi Annan, whose dismissal you demanded, if the world had listened to President Chirac, who you want to paint as some kind of corrupt traitor, if the world had listened to me and the anti-war movement in Britain, we would not be in the disaster that we're in. This is the mother of all smokescreens. You are trying to divert attention from the crimes that you supported, from the theft of billions of dollars of Iraq's wealth. Have a look at the real oil for food scandal. Have a look at the 14 months you were in charge of Baghdad, the first 14 months, when $8.8 billion of Iraq's wealth went missing on your watch. Have a look at Halliburton and the other American corporations that stole not only Iraq's money, but the money of the American taxpayer. Have a look at the oil that you didn't even meter, that you were shipping out of the country and selling, the proceeds of which went who knows where. Have a look at the $800 million you gave to American military commanders to hand out around the country without even counting it or weighing it. Have a look at the real scandal breaking in the newspapers today, revealed in the earlier testimony in this committee, that the biggest sanctions busters were not me or Russian politicians or French politicians. The real sanctions busters were your own companies with the connivance of your own government.
In the spirit of the war against fake news, Montserrat Radio presents The Fake News Show, conspiracy news and a different point of view of current events. And now your host, Benny Wilson.
Good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of the Fake News Show. This is your host, Benny. And yes, that was Calloway. That was George Calloway, a member of the Parliament of Great Britain, telling the truth and nothing but the truth to the establishment that is about to end in few weeks. Yes, I'm telling you, it's about to end in few weeks. But they're not going to leave just like that. They're just going to try their best to get Donald Trump out of the way. As you know, Donald Trump is going to a excruciating times right now because they want to impeach him. They want to get rid of him. They want to get rid of him and accuse him for all types of bullcrap. And the liberals, especially the liberals, but not only the liberals, many Republicans, because our government is corrupted. And Donald Trump has not even started yet to clean the swamp, which that's basically what it is to bring the government the way it's supposed to be, as the prophecy says so, when it will never come back to be a corrupted government again. So that is what's happening right now. So the president needs our support. The president needs not only our support, but he needs our prayers. because they want to really get rid of him. They really wants to either bring him to prison or just impeach him, because they know he's the biggest problem they have right now. A man that does not follow the agenda, a man that doesn't want to even. There's no money that can be buy this guy. And let me log off from Facebook, because my friends don't listen to me when I told them not to chat when I'm on air. So if you want to chat with me, and like I told you, go to my server and you can chat right there without disturbing my signal. Thank you so much. Anyway, so I got a lot of news right now I want to actually bring up. And today's show, the name of today's show is called The Visit of the United Nations. Just was received by a body. And I'm going to post that news on my Facebook page. And basically what the news says, let me see if I can find it. I think I got rid of that. Well, anyway, they are getting ready to... This visit is no coincidence. They are getting ready because Iraq is getting ready to go international. And that's basically, that's what it is. And now now we have news, which those news are gonna also post it on my Facebook page. We're gonna have they're saying that the Iraq is gonna have a celebration on the 12th of June, and that's gonna be like a private celebration of the liberation of Mosul and all those districts, including the whole. They're going to actually declare Iraq free of Daesh and ISIS. Okay, so I've been approached not for one but for many of my friends here in Facebook about the day that they're probably going to do the public exchange in July. Some are saying on the 14th because of the 14th is basically a holiday in Iraq. But I say, maybe, but that's had nothing to do with Iraq. The date on the public exchange in the United States is going to be just a strategic date. So that has nothing to do with a day in Iraq. Like I said, the RV is the revaluation in the raise of the currency. They're going to raise the value of their currency, whatever they want to introduce it. And when that happens, it doesn't mean that it's going to go international. It will take a little time until it goes international, okay? And I'm going to say that it's going to take a week or two, I don't know. But it's not going to tell you that they're okay to go to the bank. It's not, because you need to wait for bank announcements. Okay, I have said it many times, and I'm going to repeat it again. You need to wait for bank announcements, for information. You need to wait for more information until you decide to bring all your bags and all the things that you have to exchange to the bank. Don't do it before, because you will get in trouble. Okay? All right. So today we had the ambassador of the UN visiting. Let me see what his name is. See if I can see it. Yeah, the ambassador of the UN visiting a body, and basically they discussed the support and return of reconstruction from the liberated areas. Because before the RB actually, when they start celebrating, everything will be focused on the reconstruction of Iraq. So there will be hundreds of thousands of jobs from a lot of people around the world that will come to Iraq for the reconstruction of that country. Now, let me just tell you something that you probably don't know, and this is exclusive intel that I'm going to give you, is that Saudi Arabia back in the 70s did the same thing. Saudi Arabia has one of some of the most modern cities in the entire planet, because they spend trillions and trillions of dollars bringing immigrants from all over the world just to construct. They did not give them any permanent residence or anything like that, because you cannot be a permanent resident in Saudi Arabia unless you're working there, and that is not even called permanent resident or even citizenship, because they have their own laws, you know. So they just brought them in, and they make a lot of money, and that's what they did these cities. Well, they're going to do the same thing in Iraq. They're going to bring a lot of people from the United States, from Latin America, from all over the world to reconstruct that country, because that country will probably be invested in trillions and trillions of dollars for the next 10 years. And that is the plan. So we're going to have many, many years of that we're going to hear from Iraq. Now, there's another situation that prophets like John Nagel has said it, and I don't even doubt it that it might happen, is that, and it comes to, like I said before, you know, you need to put all the pieces together to understand exactly what's going on. Okay, and that's exactly what happened today. We have news from Iraq that that basically tell us that a body, here is, let me see, what is it? Here is, okay, first of all, the ambassador, his name is Patrick Simonet, and that's how he came over to talk to a body. But there's another news that says that a body is getting ready, is planning to have an emergency government, and he said that the United States welcomes that idea. Well, basically what it is that he's going to, there will be an emergency government in case he doesn't make it to be a minister of Iraq in the incoming elections. So basically they're going to extend it to 1 more year just to make sure that Iran has no influence in that country. That's the number one concern of the administration of Donald Trump. And that's basically it. Okay? But there's no delay. A lot of people are coming saying, no, that's a delay. If they're gonna give him another year, that's gonna be another delay of the IRB. I said, no, that's not a delay. You need to read the news. And that's actually brought it up a long time ago when they actually got together. I told you that they were trying to, they are actually synchronizing. Everybody's synchronizing. Everybody is being aligned to have the same agenda. They're going to follow the same agenda because that's the way they're supposed to do. All right, so they have in this news that they're going to implement an emergency government in Iraq in case the body does not win the incoming elections, which probably he won't win it because for all this time that he's been prime minister, people like Maliki and the other idiot, what I don't remember what his name is, has actually done his job really bad. Not to say that body is not corrupted. He is very corrupted, but he's less corrupted than the rest of the morons in the government, right? So anyway, and we know for a fact that after he leaves the government, we're going to have a problem between Iran and Iraq. And they probably going to go to war, okay? So, like I said, these things are being prophesied already. And by that time, we are going to exchange it, and, we're going to change and everything like that. Now, let's talk about the exchanging, because we need to talk about what people actually mad about the exchange. And you see, there's a big probability that after we exchange, many of the people who actually going to become millionaires and billionaires will get into the political arena. And I said that there's a big probability because I've been invited into these groups of so-called millionaire clubs, and I've been introduced for many people and clearly some that I respect because they are serious people, that right now they're getting into the political arena in both Republicans and Democrats. And their ideas is basically to follow the ideology of not selling our government. There are more Republicans and independent that wants to get into the government to actually follow Donald Trump ideology, which they are basically agree with. Very few Democrats, because they already know they're going to lose their power. The Democratic Party will lose and will eventually disappear from the political arena. They're going to create another political party that will be the competition against the Republican. That has been prophesied and is happening right now as we are speaking. Okay, and many of the morons that, many of the morons of the liberals that has spoken against Donald Trump will be no longer around. Okay, so that is the plan of the new elite that will take over the United States and basically reorganize everybody in order to have a more controlled environment. The other thing I want to also bring up is that yesterday I was chatting with my friends, my Jets, in Facebook, for those who are not in my Facebook. And I was just telling them, you know how I know when somebody's going to have a terrorist attack? And they asked me how. I said, watch what's going to happen to Canada, because they just received Obama. Obama just visited Canada and met his prime minister. And I said to myself, they're going to have a terrorist attack. And I knew they were going to have I said, why? Well, how do you know, Benny? How do you know these things? Look, let me just tell you something about this. Prophecy, it is a power, it's a divine power that can tell you exactly when evil is coming and when evil goes. And whenever evil touch, it will destroy. Okay? Let me just give you another example. Chicago is the state where Obama actually developed himself to be a politician. And now Chicago is the most dangerous state in the world. They have more murders and more crime than any other states in the world. That is why Trump decided to say, if you guys not gonna stop this situation, I will. And why? Because I truly believe Obama is a demon on earth. I really truly believe he is one of dark, evil entities that will not go away easily. Okay, let me just tell you that, because we know information that you guys don't know this, but I'm telling you right now, Obama will not go easily. Okay, and the way he's gonna go out, I'm not even allowed to mention it, but it has been prophesied by 2 prophets in the Catholic Church. By 2, that's the same prophets. The same prophecy that they talk about it, and it will come true. If I were you, and if you see President Obama coming to you and saluted you, I would get away from him. I would run away from that man. Don't get close to him, just get away. That's how bad he is. And I'm not joking about it. Well, today, one of my Jets put up a news, and it made me laugh because, this is something that when you have this kind of stuff, and that's how, a lot of people say, hey, Benny mentioned it, and the news was that they had a terrorist attack, but it was not reported. And let me just play that up for you so you can read it. It's kind of funny. I know it's not funny. I know terrorist attacks are not funny. As a matter of fact, I lost a very good friend of mine. He was a victim of a terrorist attack here in Los Angeles airport. And that, but you know, is when you know the things that I know, you wish you could be wrong. You really do. So let me just play this up, and I will tell you about the news that I have for you after this. Hold on.
I'm standing outside of Cedarbrae Mall in Scarborough, Ontario, where their Canadian Tire has just become seen to Canada's latest suspected terrorist attack. According to the allegations, at around 5:10 p.m. on Saturday, a 32-year-old woman by the name Rahab Dagmouche walked into the Canadian Tire clad with an ISIS bandana. She then began swinging a golf club at the employees, screaming Allahu Akbar. When she was restrained by those employees, she then pulled out a large knife and injured one of the employees. The Canadian public only learned about this story days after the alleged incident took place on Tuesday, when Dagmouche appeared in court. She appeared there in a full niqab and used an Arabic translator to pledge allegiance to ISIS leader al-Baghdadi. She is now being charged with several counts of assault, including with a weapon and assault to cause death. Questions are now emerging as to why there have been no terrorism charges yet laid, considering that the suspect in question did pledge allegiance to ISIS. Well, we do know now that the counter-terrorism units are on the case and have joined Toronto Police Services in their investigation. From what we understand, police are now trying to create a timeline as to the events that led up to the alleged attack. Neighbors allege that moments before the attack, Dagmouche appeared at one of their doors, carrying 5 Qurans, including one within which was placed a sealed envelope. Dagmouche told that neighbor that she'd be back for them. The Rebel media visited Canadian Tire, where employees told us that they are being forbidden from giving any comment. We then proceeded to 43 Division. That's the unit that responded to this call on Saturday night, and they too say that they're unable to comment. Well, we've since reached out to corporate communications and media relations with Toronto Police Services, and at the time of filing this report, they too have yet to comment. Considering this Scarborough, Ontario alleged terrorist attack took place within moments of the London Bridge attack, one question that absolutely must be answered by authorities is why the Canadian public were not informed about an issue that could very well have been part of, say, a bigger plan, but certainly a threat to public safety. Rahab Dagmouche will appear in court next on June 21st, and you can count on the Rebel.media to be on the ground. For the Rebel.media, I'm Faith Goldie.
So you see, they're not going to tell you about these things because media is manipulated. Liberals control the media. They do. This is just a little example of why I've been telling you all this time. I don't like to follow the news because they just lying to us. And when it comes to Iraq, it's the same thing. They're lying to us. Now they're coming in the news in the Iraq that they're going to celebrate this week, on the 12th actually. And the 12th will be, that will be Monday next week. So, now they're saying that probably, and many gurus are saying the same thing, they're saying probably they will raise the value after they do the celebration, that will be the public celebration with all the media, and when he deliver it and watching on the camera saying we are free, and that will trigger the whole thing. And that will trigger the banks around the world raising the value of the Iraqi dinar, or even accepting it. And you will see that on the Wall Street, you will see that on the rates. It will probably not be international for a couple of days, but you will eventually see it. But you will entirely know when that happens, okay? And that's going to also trigger many of the private groups into going and telling you it's time, come over for the private exchanges. And like I said, if you receive your email that you need to go to a private exchange, find out about it. I'm not telling you to exchange. I'm just telling you, find out about it. Find out. If you're going to give your money, who is the man or who's the people you're going to give it to? Do you trust those sources? Ask that question. Those are valid questions. Don't lead yourself in stupidity. You have spent many years waiting for this event. Why would you put your money into a complete stranger? Ask yourself that question. Ask yourself that question. Would you rather exchange for $13 the dollar or the whatever they want to offer you? I'd rather exchange it on public 1-to-1. But at least I know I'm doing it to the people that I can trust, that the government said you're legal. And I can do my life after that. I really do that. I'm serious, because I'm a very cautious guy. I'm very cautious. I do not trust my money to anybody. I don't. So if you have no respect for money, trust me, money will not have any respect for you. Simple as that. Okay? So just to let you know that. So now we have this news of this terrorist attack, and the media don't want to tell you because they just want to hold it. Hey, we have a liberal government, and everybody's getting along all around the world. Everybody's welcome. There you go. My question is, how long are they gonna put up with this bullcrap? Well, how much time they're gonna put up by hiding the truth? You cannot hide the truth. You can kill the truth. You can hide the truth, but you can never actually kill the truth. The truth is there. Right? So, now that I mentioned about that, let's talk about what's coming right now. What's coming right now is a celebration. Which, by the way, I want to make it very clear. I don't care what they celebrate. Because that doesn't mean that I'm going to go to the bank. Alright? So, now all the gurus are saying what I told you 2 months ago. And many attacked me and many talk crap about me when I said they want to do it on July. And now we are on that June 8th. And now they're all saying this is not going to happen this month. It will happen by the end of this month or probably July. Wrong again. It's going to happen in July, my friends. Why? Because we're still in Ramadan. They're not going to let some idiot bring in raising the value of the currency and make it international and disturb the most holiest moment of that religion, Ramadan. That's the most highest season in their religion. So they're not going to do it. So they say, so when is Ramadan going to be done? Many say it's going to be done in June 26, 27, or 28. No, my friends. Ramadan is done in June 26. But still after Ramadan is done, we still got to wait for a weekend because they have plans to do it on a weekend. So when is June 26? It's Monday. So when that weekend will come? That's actually Saturday the 1st of July. And the 2nd is Sunday. So as you can see, I'm right again. Now, this is the reason why many morons are coming to me looking for a approval. Yeah, you're okay, Benny. Today I just received an email. You're okay, Benny, but the same is going to revalue. There you go. I mean, can you cure stupidity? No, you can't. There's no cure for that. It's just like cancer. Well, actually, cancer has a cure. Trust me, I do know. But stupidity, it has no cure. Because at the end, you're gonna believe whatever you wanna believe. Okay. So now, what is the plan right now? What is the plan after June? I'm gonna tell you, we still have weeks to go. We still have 1, 2, 3 weeks to go. So I'm gonna tell you exactly what's gonna happen. So pay attention. Things are gonna go worse. I'm gonna repeat it again. Things are not gonna go easy. They're not gonna go easy. I told you about the week of craziness. This is the week of craziness. And you're going to see a lot of stuff that you're not going to like it. You're not going to like it. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm just telling you right now. So you're going to be prepared. Because before we exchange, we have to go through a big storm. We have to go through a lot of hell. Including the alleged announcements of Iraq telling everybody that they are not going to raise their value. You want me to repeat that again? Here we go. There might be a big chance, a big opportunity, a big announcement in coming days that they will tell us, they will tell the whole world, they have no intentions at all of raising their value. How do I know that? That's exactly what's the name of the word is breaking intel. So why are they going to do that? You have to remember the things that I've been telling you before. Are you going to tell your enemy that you're going to attack just like these idiots Obama and Bush and everybody been doing it? Or even a body? We're going to storm tomorrow. Are you going to really tell your enemies that you are going to kill them? What do you think your enemy is going to do? He's going to hide, right? So why Iraq is going to lie the whole world? How many times I tell you that raising the value is not an easy thing to do? That they need to protect themselves from currency manipulators. They do. So by lying to the people, do you really think that this corrupt government is going to tell you the truth? No, they're not. But they're very clever. So if they come out and said, we're not revaluing, just watch how everybody's going to react. Just watch. Just wait and watch how everybody's going to react. It's going to be chaos. It's going to be chaos and panic. A lot of people are going to be crying because not all the people are listening to Benny. They're not. I'm not the most popular guru up there. Are you kidding me? I can see my statistics in my server. The most I ever reached was 350,000. After that, I have not reached anymore. Because they're coming back to the same moron telling you, oh, the elder just gave us this information. And now a moron come out to me with some elder's information about what is about to happen. Another lie. Another bullcrap. These are the people that I have to handle every single day. And I receive emails so ridiculous that even if I show them to the doctors that I know, they are psychiatrists, I'm telling you right now, they are considering really, really, really seriously to announce a mental disorder for the community in the Northland. You hear me right? They're going to announce a mental disorder for everybody who believes this bullcrap. They're going to do that. I just spoke to a psychiatrist. And they're really concerned about it. Because people in nowadays don't use logic anymore. They don't. Gurus have killed logic. And I mentioned it many times. But that's the reason why I received those emails. If I read my just one email, you will laugh your ass off. And now they're all concerned about some elder's information. Pure lies. Pure brainwash. And that's how it's going to happen. Watch when they announce it. You're gonna remember me. Hey, Benny said it. You see, that's the reason why a lot of people are listening to me. Because when I say something, it comes through and they say, hey, this guy is not full crap. Right? You can accuse me for using the profanity all the time. I'm not perfect. But I'm not going to come out to you and tell you, look, this is what's going to happen. You're going to be able to walk out with $100,000 in your hand on exchange day. That is not going to happen. That is not going to happen. You're not going to walk up with, if in case you actually walk up with any money, it won't go more than $5,000. If you ever walk with any money, when you exchange. And why is the reason now? Because there is a protocol to follow. There's a protocol to follow. There's a procedure to follow. They need to know who you are and what you're going to use the money for. They can do that. They're not going to let a moron who loves ISIS within the United States and use the money to attack us. They won't. So they're going to check you out. They're going to make sure that you're not a moron and a criminal, anything like that. And when you clear, then you can get your money. Not before that. So the exchange for those who have nothing to be afraid of, who has no money to actually own the IRS, the government, student loans, etc., we won't have any problem going in exchange. We will do it very simple and directly, and we're just gonna wait until those funds are available in our bank's accounts, and that's it. We can continue with our lives. Because many of the people that I know, unless in my jets, they are very decent people. They're all gonna go through. Alright, so let's just wait for that blessing to come. But this week is crazy. So just remember what I'm telling you. This week, we're still in the crazy week. We're going to have not good news coming out. And probably by the next 2 weeks, we're going to have very, very difficult time. Because it has been prophesied and because I follow the news and the intel that my sources are telling me. So the only thing I can do is warn you. Don't come to me and say, Benny, this is what they say. It is impossible. There won't be no public exchange. I'm not going to answer to you. I'm not going to waste my time. I said it on radio, on online radio. Be prepared for those morons. Be prepared for those who are telling you there won't be no public exchange. Just be prepared for them because they're lying to you. They will lie to you. The closer we get to a public exchange, the more aggressive they will get. Trust me. Alright? So today we're still having a very good position. We still haven't even touched the aggressiveness of the bad news. We haven't. So just be ready. Because things are not going to go as well as you think it will go. That's your breaking intel. For now, thank you so much for listening to my show one more time. And I'm not going to promise at what time I'm going to broadcast tomorrow. I'm not going to promise because I might even do 2 shows tomorrow. Just let me tell you that. Because right now the news are they're going to develop so fast that will be probably impossible for me to bring everything on the table and tell you, this is what happened, and this is what I think is going to happen. It won't be possible. Today I did my show very early, and there's a reason why I did it early. I usually do my show at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. I did it today at 12 something. It's probably half an hour. Or an hour probably. So the reason is because I have to go to meetings. And that's all you got to know. I have to go to meetings today. Again. So maybe tomorrow I probably have any time to do my broadcasting. Maybe I'm not going to have any time to do my broadcasting. I don't know. The best I can tell you is that just wait for my posting. I'm probably not going to be hanging around on Facebook like it used to be like the last 2 days. So don't worry about it. Don't take it easy. I'll come back to you. I will give my information as soon as I'm available. I will do so. Alright? So take care, take care, my Jets, and take care, everybody. And thank you so much for listening to my show. I'll see you tomorrow in another edition of the Fake News Show. For now, God bless everybody.
Thank you for listening to The Fake News Show with Benny. See you next time for more conspiracy news, current events, and intel from the most controversial show from Montserrat Radio.